Hey, Alberto, what time is it?
It's time for This Podcast is the Mill. Have fun learning English. Let's go. Go. That's right, folks, and welcome to another edition. This is the 7th edition, so we hope you are in 7th heaven, que estás en la gloria, en el séptimo cielo, right? The 7th. We hope you're in 7th heaven. My name is Alberto Alonso.
And I'm Damián Mollá. What's up, dude? How are you doing?
What's cracking, man?
What's cracking?
Or as the Irish say, what's the crack?
What's the crack?
What's the crack?
Yeah.
Good crack last night.
What's the crack? Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, what's the crack? Cristiano or Messi? Both.
Both are cracks.
So yeah, dude. Well, good. Well, today we said we were going to talk about a hot topic. We usually do talk about hot topics, things that are happening now. I mean, okay, it's good to reminisce, but we like to, deal with the issues and look at the vocabulary about the most pressing issues right now.
And we want you to give us your opinion. And so write it down in the posts and
comments
and you
below,
can comment,
guys,
exactly.
Sure.
Give us your opinion in English, please, so that you can practice.
And I can correct you, of course, if you'd like. So, and also, guys, ideas, things that you want to hear about. I know there are a lot of geeks out there because I'm a geek in many things.
Yeah.
So we could do one about airplanes, one about biology. Who knows? Any excuse to talk vocabulary and expressions and just explore language, which is something we do here on the show.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Every time we speak, we come with a lot of ideas and new words, and we analyze words that you didn't know that you knew,
right.
But you did.
Right. And I urge, too, the people who follow us on a regularly, I urge you guys to have a little notebook, a place where you write down, because you're going to learn a lot of things. If you listen to us, you listen to me on Vaughn Radio, if you follow us on Instagram, you're going to learn a lot of things. So as we all know, it's hard to remember things. It's always good to write things down. Apuntar o anotar las cosas. To write down or to jot down.
Jot down?
Right.
I had never listened to that word.
Well, see, Damián, even you are learning things here, which is great.
Yeah.
To jot down. So if that happens to you guys.
Jot down. There is a magazine that has this name.
Apúntalo.
Jot down.
Ahí
Apuntar.
Apuntar. So, you guys know this Jot Down magazine. So if that happens to you, you have a moment like that, like Damián just had, like a aha moment. It's a good time to jot it down.
Exactly. And you can jot it down in your notebook, que hay un ordenador que se llama así, the notebook. O también tienes
Una
pad, como el iPad,
right.
que es como un
not
blog
a
de
maxi
notas.
pad.
No, eso es una compresa. So, yeah, an iPad.
A pad es un libro de apuntes, ¿no?
Pero una compresa es a pad.
Yeah, padding is anything soft. So people used to wear shoulder pads in the 80s.
O sea que si sacan una compresa que sea electrónica, es un iPad.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay.
But I think that name is taken, Damián.
Oh, damn it.
They might have a lawsuit, una demanda, un pleito.
Yeah.
They might have a lawsuit with those. So, guys, jot down any new words that you hear. If you hear something that we talk about, a pronunciation thing, pronounce it aloud with us. You're allowed.
Yeah, repeat it. You're allowed to say it aloud.
Explícales el chiste ahí.
Es permitido que lo digáis en voz alta.
Y ambos, aunque no se escriban igual, son homófonos, ¿ok? No son bi, son homófonos. Well, that's the story. These words are not spelled the same. No se deletrean igual, pero se pronuncia exactamente igual.
To be allowed to do something, que se permite hacer algo.
Que es A-L-L-O-W-E-D.
Eso es. Y to say something aloud.
A-L-O-U-D.
Eso es.
Que viene, la palabra alto está ahí dentro. Aloud.
It sounds loud.
Right.
Está fuerte.
Right.
It's too loud.
So say it. Es parte, porque, of course, by listening to this, you're going to improve your English listening, your vocabulary. Yeah. But also, if you speak, if you try and imitate the sounds you hear, well, then you're going to improve not just your listening.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to imitate the accent as much as you can. I mean,
sure.
There's nothing bad with having some accent. I do. I have a lot of Spanish accent, but not because I want to. I mean, I do my best. I always try to sound
You have
more
to remember
native.
something. Anybody who puts on an accent sounds quite weird. I knew this one woman, Spanish, from Murcia.
Yeah.
And she walked around saying, "Hello, darling, how are you?" I said,
Wow.
I said, I don't buy it. ¿Qué significa esto?
No me lo trago.
No lo compro. No lo creo, right? No me lo
Yeah,
trago.
no me lo trago, no me lo
So
creo.
be careful, too, because sometimes putting on an accent sounds pretentious. Like, oh, yes, it's lovely to meet your acquaintance again, yes. So be careful. But at the same time, I want you guys to pay attention to how we put our words together.
Yeah, but you know what? There is some accents that you can imitate more. That is the neutral one. When you go to the American one or the English one, but you're going to a neutral one, a uno que sea neutral. I think it's okay,
Yeah.
and it will
Like Sweden.
Yeah, like Sweden. That's some neutral country, huh? But yeah, if you try to imitate that one, it's okay. But like, as he was saying, don't try to imitate the Texas one.
Right.
Hello.
Don't walk into your English class and be like,
You don't mess with Texas, boy.
now howdy, partners. How the hell's it going?
How's it going?
Is it okay? I just double park my truck out front. I hope it ain't a problem.
You don't want to sound like that because people won't buy it. No se lo van a tragar. Vas a sonar raro.
So, guys, be realistic, but just pay attention. Pay attention because in English, las cosas no se pronuncian tal como están deletreadas. Como regla general, as a general rule.
Yeah, not like us.
Patata.
Yeah.
Pero piénsalo, por eso vosotros no tenéis los spelling bees.
Yeah, Spelling Bee es estos concursos de deletrear que hacen en Estados Unidos. De
Sweater. Sweater. Very good, Bobby.
Yeah.
Damián, I was a spelling bee champion.
Were you?
Yeah, this would not work in Spain because people are like, okay, la próxima palabra es patata. They could be like,
Patata.
P-A-T-A. So it doesn't work because, or no, I guess in Spanish it's con V or con B.
Yeah, that's
Con
the
Z
only
o
thing.
con C.
And some people are pronouncing V's like you do.
Valencia.
Yes, some people do. So if we did, the spelling bees wouldn't make any sense at all.
Right. So, this is a typical thing because English things are not pronounced the way they are. So, pay attention. And then, como en español también, no pronunciáis todas las palabras. La gente me encanta esta. Alberto, es que los ingleses, primero dicen los ingleses no pronunciáis. Digo, primero no soy inglés. I'm American.
I'm American, motherfucker.
Pero dicen, luego vosotros es que cortáis las palabras, no pronunciáis todo, habláis muy rápido. Digo, en España no.
Yeah.
Vosotros hablando español, yo no he oído nadie decir hasta luego. Digo, hasta luego. ¿Ves?
Luego,
no me salió ni decirlo bien.
Sí. Hasta luego.
So we all do that, but if we pay attention to that, no es algo malo que un nativo no pronuncie o se corta o pronuncia la T como una D o lo que... No es malo, pero es importante tomar nota. It's important to jot it down and say, como el watched it, ¿no? El verbo ed acaba con el sonido T en este caso. O sea, ese T se une con el it y es literalmente vigilar teta. I watched it. Lo vi.
I watched
it.
Watched it.
Entonces, no está. ¿Y qué pasa? Ahí, y casi nunca, la pausa va donde hay un espacio en la frase.
Yeah.
So don't think, I watched, pausa, it. I watched it.
I watched it.
Porque es más fácil unir esa T con el it. Right? Y hay muchos así. I wanted it. Ahora esta no acaba con sonido T, sino con D. I wanted it.
I wanted it.
Dit. La D va con el it. I wanted it.
I wanted it.
I wanted
it. Yeah, it makes
Damián, I can hear the difference.
Yeah.
So these are the key, estos finales de los verbos regulares. Right? Un alumno le dijo una vez, dice, ¿cuáles son los verbos irregulares? Los que no son regulares. Digo,
Perfect.
True story. Good.
Yeah.
That is not a wrong answer. Pero los verbos regulares tienen que son chungos. O sea, alcancé. ¿Cómo se dice? Yo alcancé 1000 seguidores.
I reached.
Muy bien, esa T es tan importante como la como no empieza.
Yeah, I always tell Pablo, because he always has, Pablo Motos, he always has problems pronouncing certain names or words in English, and I always tell him, the key is the last word, the last
The
letter.
endings, como se dice.
Yeah, the last letter in English is the most
Rematando
important
la
one.
faena, as you say. in
Yeah,
Spanish.
exactly.
So
5 points.
I reached it. I watched it.
Yeah.
Look for these patterns, patrones. And guys, you can improve your pronunciation. Well, unless you're my father. He cannot improve. He's too late.
It is too late. He almost sounds Italian
He doesn't sound Spanish, English, Italian, or anything.
or anything. I want to take the train.
My heart. Acuérdate, ese no es tan fuerte en inglés
Yeah.
como otra regla de pronunciación. So, estamos mirando mucho la pronunciación, pero I want you guys to not just pay attention to the vocabulary. Pay attention to how it's pronounced, how we put it together, cómo construimos, dónde ponemos la duda, subimos, bajamos. So all that is part of the language. Y si te gusta la música, te tiene que gustar esa parte.
Yeah, of
de
course.
idiomas. Porque
Yeah.
subir... es interesante como cantáis un poco esa... It's interesting. Eso es mucho más interesante que gramática, el pluscuamperfecto.
Yeah,
Por
that's
ejemplo.
boring.
Yeah. Okay.
But it helps.
So what are we going to talk about today, man? Because
Okay.
I'm feeling kind of lazy today.
Yeah, let's speak about marijuana.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. Do-do-do. Damián, ¿cómo se dice? Hoy no me apetece hacer nada.
I don't feel like doing anything.
Lo que acabamos de cantar.
Yeah,
O
exactly.
sea, que me estás diciendo que pueden aprender inglés con Bruno Marte.
Con Bruno Marte se puede aprender muchísimo. Si
Bruno
lo hace,
Mars.
parece que lo haga aposta.
That's awesome.
It seems like he does it on purpose.
O sea, cogemos de Bruno Mars, I don't feel like, más el ing, digo el verbo en ing, que también se llama el gerundio, da igual cómo se llama, el verbo en ing,
Yeah,
I don't feel like going.
yeah.
¿Y me apetece? Ya que estamos,
I feel like going.
ahí está. Y ponemos el verbo que sabemos, porque ya tenemos, el verbo que queramos, porque ya tenemos la estructura. Thank you, Bruno Mars.
Thank you very much.
So why don't I feel like doing anything? I didn't smoke a joint. No fumé una articulación.
A joint, yeah. A joint es un porro y también es una articulación. Your elbow is a joint. Your knee is another joint.
Right. Also joint, it's another... Yo llamo estas palabras rich words, los que tienen muchos sentidos. Y joint también es garito.
Oh, yeah. I
También
didn't
es
know that.
cárcel. I mean, seriously, it's crazy.
The joint is cárcel?
Joint es conjunto. Yeah, he was in the joint for 20 years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then we did, this is a joint effort. This podcast, the books, it's joint colaboración. O sea, bueno, eso tiene sentido por articulación, junta dos cosas.
Yeah. Okay.
Pero la palabra joint no es solo porro. O sea,
Yeah.
voy a descartarlo porque no voy a usar esa palabra. Sí, pero si te duelen las articulaciones o vas a un garito, it's a nice joint we went to yesterday.
Yeah.
So, es una palabra, vamos, que es útil, que tiene 5 o 6 sentidos. But today we're going to talk about marijuana.
Marijuana.
Now, esto es una palabra española, marihuana. ¿no?
Yeah.
Y entonces te lo hemos robado.
Yeah, true. But you just pronounce...
Mexicana, español, right?
Yeah, marijuana. And you can say marijuana, that is like more Mexican, or marijuana in Spanish.
Yeah, we say marijuana.
Marijuana. Yeah, it sounds
I
better.
wanna have a marijuana.
I
wanna.
So what do you think about legalization? Legalization?
Legalization.
Legalization.
La gente tiene dificultad, no sé si tú, pero paro para destacarlo, to point it out. Illegal. Muchos dicen illegal, you know, it's illegal. So legal versus illegal.
Illegal, okay.
So what do I think about the legality of marijuana? I thought you were going to ask me if I liked it first. What do
I
think
know
about
that.
the legality?
I know the answer of that.
The legality of it. I think there are a lot of things that are legal right now that should be illegal. Half the food that they're feeding us.
Yeah.
This processed food, high in cholesterol and sugar and fat and salt, I think is very dangerous.
It is.
I think alcohol is very dangerous. I think tobacco is very dangerous. So I don't know why. Well, I do know why weed was singled out.
Yeah. Why?
Well, because weed was smoked by Mexicans and black men.
That's why.
Yeah. So the Rockefeller drug laws said, okay, anybody caught with weed now is a criminal.
But one thing is that in the States, they have an interest in doing it, and they ban marijuana consumption because they are, trying to slave people and send them to jails to work for free. But here, we don't do that. So we could legalize it.
Well, this is weird because this is like the tables turning here. La vuelta a la tortilla. When I got to Spain, I remember people smoking, especially hash,
Yeah.
right?
It
In the
was more popular,
streets,
yeah.
weed. I mean, in public places, and police not really responding or not even really bothering them, molestando. Remember
Yeah.
we said to bother.
It was no big deal.
Right.
And it isn't.
But now I've noticed Spain has gotten stricter, and the United States has gotten more lenient, and Canada.
Yeah.
It's legal in Canada now.
You know why?
Completely legal.
Because in the States and in Canada, they care more about the money than about if it's right or wrong. Or
Yeah, but then why is Spain, a country that has high unemployment, that has
It would be
we
great.
could solve. Okay, so let's forget the legality thing. Spain has amazing land to grow vegetables, herbs,
Yeah.
fruits, vegetables, products from the earth.
Yeah.
We're growing tobacco in Spain.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
it's
like
not a
California.
major producer. I mean, everything, watermelons to tobacco. So, my question is, if we had this crisis, we have all this national debt and everything, maybe this could help. I don't know. I mean,
It could help a lot.
unless they're making a lot of money criminalizing it, and because if you put somebody in prison who smokes a joint or gets caught with a couple joints, which was the case in the United States
Yeah.
and still is in some places.
Is it?
Las Vegas, here's another one. Las Vegas, you cannot smoke a joint. Very, very strict laws. You'll go to jail, but prostitution is legal.
In Vegas, you can
yeah, okay.
smoke a joint? Are you serious?
You want to really go crazy here? In the United States, you can go to war when you're 18 years old. You can fly planes, you can drive tanks when you're 18, but you cannot have a beer until you're 21.
Oh my goodness.
You want to talk about weed legalization, or do you want to talk about fucked up priorities? And I'm not saying the United States. I'm saying in the world. I
Yeah.
don't know why we've decided this is evil, this is okay. Spain, drinking is socially acceptable.
It is. We have the culture of alcohol, as we call it.
In American culture, if you drink at lunch, I've seen people have one beer or one wine and go back to work. Fine.
Yeah.
In the United States, you have a problem.
My sister lives in Paris, and she's always like, in Spain, you have a beer a day, one beer a day, and she considers it being alcoholic.
Well, also in Paris at 18 euros a beer.
Yeah, true.
I think that's their excuse. They're like, I don't want to be an alcoholic, but really, you'll be on the street because it's so expensive.
You can't afford it, so might as well. You don't drink. When I went to Australia, it was the same. It was $10 a glass of wine. $10 fucking dollars.
And they have great wine from Australia. It's not like it's important. I mean, they have Shiraz. Australia has amazing wine.
Because it's not because it's expensive
Tax.
to be produced. It's because taxing. Yeah.
Well, there's my thing, and that's where we're going to talk about this legalization thing. I think if we can make up our mind about alcohol and cigarettes when we're adults, of course, all of this being adults.
Yeah.
I want to stress that I don't think children should be given that decision.
Yeah.
Because they don't know yet what this should be an adult thing, like anything. And I think 18 should be the age for everything, for everyone. War, drinking, whatever it is, right?
Let me tell you a little story about marijuana.
Yeah.
I was with my family in this wedding, and my family and my father at that time, he was smoking marijuana, and I was like, "Dad, you smoke marijuana, really?" And he was like, "Yeah." So we're in the wedding, and my father is like, "Okay, let's have a joint." And I'm like, "Okay, that sounds weird, but okay, why not?" It's a weird moment with your dad, but why not? And my sister.
It's bonding. It's like sharing a beer. I mean, again, why is it okay to share a beer or a glass of wine with your dad and not a joint?
Exactly.
I'm just asking. I'm playing devil's advocate. This when
Yeah. You want to have that moment with your dad, and have and laugh at stupid stuff with him. And so my sisters were there. And the smallest one, the youngest one, grabs the thing. And she's like, I'm rolling it. I'm twisting it. Because you can roll a joint or you can twist a joint.
Right.
You don't make it or do it. Okay. Right. So she twisted the joint as quick as the blink of an eye. It was so quick. It was like, plus, plus, pop. And she made it. And she rolled it very quickly, and my father was like, "Oh my goodness,
she's an expert."
And yeah, exactly, like saying she's an expert. And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "She rolled it so quickly, and she doesn't have the age of smoking. And
she's not the legal age.
Yeah,
right?
well, she was 18,
oh,
but
okay,
it's
all
like
right.
she has not the age to be an expert,
Right,
and to smoke joints. And I'm like, Dad, the one who hasn't the age to smoke joints is you. I'm sorry.
Right. Dad, come on, give it up. Well, think about it. When our parents were kids, that was the 60s. The people were smoking. Marijuana wasn't illegal yet. It was illegal.
Illegal, yeah.
Right. With is illegal versus illegal versus.
Isn't there any songs? Aren't there any songs in the States about that? Because in Spain, we have a very famous one. It's a legalización cannabis de calidad y barato.
Bob Marley, legalize it.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Legalize. Of course.
I didn't know that.
Had to be Bob Marley. ¿Y sabes algo? Una forma de decir un joint is to roll a Marley.
Oh, a nice one.
I'm going to roll a Marley. Otro que dicen los jamaicanos, a spliff.
A spliff.
Spliff.
It has something to do with anything?
No, that one, I'm sure there's some kind, but the spliff is kind of the cono, like the long one there. That's
okay.
So when you think, but to twist up a Marley is another way to say it.
To twist up a Marley.
Yeah. So you got high. Colocarse is to get high.
To get high.
Did you get high with your dad?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And what was that like?
It was great. I have to say, we cracked up. Nos partimos la caja.
You broke your box. Que no se dice eso.
¿Cómo se dice?
We cracked up.
No,
we broke your box.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no.
And yeah, it's a very good experience to have in your life. I'm not saying you have it all the weekends, but once in a while, come on, it's funny.
Well, the thing is, again, it's like, why did we decide that this is bad and the other one isn't?
Yeah.
And going back to the taxing thing. Okay, I understand. In New York, they said, all right, you guys want to smoke cigarettes? We're not going to make them illegal, but it's $12 a pack now instead of $4. So a lot of people, when they were, strapped for cash.
Cuando estaban pelados.
Pelados, strapped for cash. When they're broke, they're like, do I eat or do I smoke? So, if we're looking at it from a financial point, it's like, okay, make it legal. Make your money, tax people, but don't tell me there's no money for cancer research.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that we can't, there's no money for R&D. R&D is I más D. R&D, research and develvelopment. Investigación y desarrollo.
Research and development.
So sure, I'm all for it. Eso es, estoy todo de acuerdo. I'm all for it. But make sure that money now is not going into rich politicians' pockets. Make sure it's going for research to find out, is this better? Because, for example, I had a broken knee, and I started smoking some marijuana and stopped taking the pills, the painkillers.
Oh.
And guess what? I felt 1,000,000 times better.
Wow.
And the painkillers, analgésico, a great word there. Analgésico, pain, matadolores.
Los matadolores.
Right? So the painkillers I had to take a stomach coater. Algo para proteger el estómago.
Un protector de estómago.
That's how strong they were.
So it's a stomach coater.
Coat es como un abrigo.
Coater. Okay, coater.
And so I said to myself, so what's worse here? This very hard drug that I need to take another drug to counteract?
Yeah, come on.
Or a little, puff of marijuana here, a little puff of a spliff, and I have to say, the proof was in the pudding. Como decimos en inglés, la prueba estaba en el hecho. I said, okay, now I don't have to take these addictive drugs that they're addictive.
Mm-hmm. They are.
So I'm all for it. I think especially Spain could make a lot of money off this.
Ooh, come on.
It's a cash crop.
And we don't need to buy it from Morocco. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we're buying stuff, and everybody knows it. I'm not saying anything new. A lot of people come from Morocco with a lot of people were coming.
El rey de Marruecos.
El rey de la droga. And they were coming
pueblo de la Sierra de Madrid.
They were coming with hash inside their butts.
Yeah.
And they were pulling it out and we were smoking it. And this is pathetic. Come on.
All I'm saying
it's better to do it in a right way.
I think, like in the United States, we realized, I think, still some states haven't, but we're spending more money, we're spending more time and more resources, more effort fighting this drug, but not fighting alcohol and not fighting tobacco. So what if we just put that and said, okay, well, if people are going to smoke, because you can put laws down, but people are going to do whatever they want throughout history.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if they
It's
know they're
happening.
going to do it, aren't we capital? I mean, in the United States, we're capitalists. So whatever we've decided, in Canada, even being more capitalist than us, said,
Yeah.
okay, guys, you guys can smoke. We're going to regulate it, which I think is good too. You don't, with drugs, I guess with marijuana, not so much, but you take ecstasy, you don't know what you're taking. There's no regulate. You buy it from some guy in
Yeah, exactly.
Sueca, you're like, I don't know what this could be. Rat
This could be
poison.
nothing. In fact,
Or nothing. Which Damián's like, I don't care if it's rat poison. I just don't want nothing.
maybe it
It's gotta
doesn't
do
make any
something.
effect on me.
I want to get high. I want to catch a buzz. It's bullshit.
¿Cómo dices
man.
yeso? ¿Cómo dices el yeso de la pared?
Yes, the
I don't know. Someone told me that some people
drywall.
drywall.
Oh my
yeah, that
God.
they're selling drywall as cocaine. And
That's
come on,
crazy,
and
dude.
it's like this is I don't know how bad cocaine is, but drywall it has to be worse.
And I think that too. So let's capitalize off it. Why not? People are smoking. People have smoked since the drug came. But again, if you want to say that, coffee's a drug. Caffeine is a drug.
Yeah.
Caffeine is considered
It
a
is.
drug. It has addictive properties.
I am an addict.
Okay, most people are, but that one's okay. Sugar is
Yeah.
addictive.
It is.
But that one's okay. So again, who sat down and said, this is okay and this is not? First, if we're going to defend marijuana versus tobacco, so the cigarettes, how many products are in a cigarette?
Oof, over 70.
70 products in one cigarette? Marijuana grows in the ground.
Yeah.
Like you
It's
can just
natural.
leave it there and pick it off. I know people who live in there, they're like, it just grows here, and every now and again we have that.
Yeah.
So what makes that worse than a glass of wine?
Absolutely.
And the other thing I'll say too, you shouldn't abuse of anything, I think, whatever it is. And my last point, have you ever seen anybody smoke a spliff, smoke a doobie, smoke Marley, smoke a joint, and then go out and start a fight or go out and start problems with someone?
No, just giggling. Right?
Okay.
Like,
Maybe they'll get quiet, maybe they'll get giggly, maybe.
yeah.
But you won't see that. So
And nobody has died about it.
nobody's
because of that.
died from. So I think this stigma, and we're losing that.
Excuse
stigma.
me, what do you call un amarillo? Cuando te da un amarillo, you know what that is? When
A bad trip or something.
yeah, it's like you feel down.
Yeah. We would
como
say
una
like
pájara.
you had a bad trip, or yeah. Or you spaced out. Well, spaced out's different.
Spaced out. Esto es como que te da una bajona,
Yeah.
you know? And you can
Just
say
to be
una...
stoned off your ass.
yeah. Te has puesto hasta el culo, tío.
But I don't know, man. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think
I agree,
what I'm
100%.
saying? I mean, the monetization thing, the let's make a profit. Vamos a ganar de ello, entonces,
Absolutely.
okay?
If I were the president, no doubt I would legalize it. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, and the country, we owe Spain owes 1 billion euros. And I'm not saying
Oh, es deber.
exactly, owes deber. Billion, not the American billion, I mean Spanish billion.
Wow. So
We
that's-
owe 1 billion euros.
Right.
I mean, that would be 1,000 billions.
So the thing is, it seems like Colorado, I read some astronomical number. Like the first day it was legal, I think they brought in $1 million just in tax money.
Yeah,
it was like, okay, well, there's that new, bridge we needed. Oh, we can fix those schools. Now, here's the thing. Is that money, we'll go back to that. I'm all for it if that money is going to where it needs to go,
Yeah, exactly. And
to society, to
society.
lower our taxes.
And there are so many poor people that need help, and it's perfect. You know, in
yeah.
Torrelodones, they have a casino.
Right.
And only for the money that they make in taxes, with that, the ayuntamiento,
The town hall or city hall.
the city hall, is making a lot of money out of that. So it's profitable, it's good for everyone, and I mean, at times it can be addictive and it's dangerous. But there are always regulations that you can make. But legalizing it, I think it's, I would legalize it. And I'm not a big fan of marijuana, I have to tell. I have smoked marijuana, but I'm not a big fan.
His dad makes him.
Yeah.
He forces
He
him.
he forced me. But still, it's about the money. It's about society. It's good for it. I agree with you, man.
Right. So, all right. And one of the most common names, I don't know if we said it, is weed.
Weed,
Hierba.
como la...
Hierba. Weed.
Yeah,
Hierba
weed.
mala is weed.
Yeah.
or grass. O sea, lo decimos hierba mala, hierba buena.
La mala
Grass
hierba, yeah.
and mala hierba and
Yeah.
weed. Those are 2 other ways to say it.
And the seaweed es las algas, que
Algas
serían
del
como
mar.
las malas hierbas del mar.
Del mar. So
Yeah.
see, again, guys, don't study words, study ideas. It's more fun. But don't get high when you study. All right? So, guys, we got to go. We're going to get going, guys.
Okay, bro.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
next week on this podcast is
The milk. Give me a glass of milk, bro.